today I opened Twitter to see what Javon Evans had said about Ricochet and what Ricochet had said back, and how that conversation unfolded with deleted tweets and uproar across the community. And I put in my take on the situation in a quote tweet to NoDQ.com's coverage of the situation, and it might have gotten a little bit of attention. So me preparing to watch Collision live and starting another project on the side was poked out of my hidey hole in my corner of the IWC with, as of recording this, over 300,000 views and 1,500 likes. Now with those numbers came about 82 replies and about 87 reposts and quote tweets total. My tweet said no disrespect at all, referencing Javon Evans, but saying this from NXT while Ricochet debuted in front of 45,000 plus people in Wembley Stadium is crazy. I didn't say anything disrespectful or out of reach, really. But in my eyes, I see two generational athletes performing at the best they ever have, and one taking a little bit of rage bait on Twitter a little too far. Ricochet came on Twitter trolling, as he does, in a tweet referencing Javon Evans. He had replied, "I'd squash him." Javon Evans seemingly took this bait and would reply, seemingly slightly irritated by what Ricochet said. Ricochet would reply, "Brother, I was learning from Shawn Michaels when he was like 12. Then when I becoming a multiple-time champion, let me know when you win one, little boy." Ricochet comes on Twitter and comes at everybody. It really doesn't matter what position you're in or who you are. But Javon Evans would go on to say that Ricochet is wrestling in front of 2,000 people weekly for a crackhead. Which is ironic, coming from the Performance Center run by Shawn Michaels. Creatively, of course. And eventually delete his tweets. Now, my tweet was simple, honest, and respectful. I didn't say anything significantly negative in this tweet. But this tweet summoned the largest group of imbeciles I've ever experienced at one time. Just releasing idiocy all over the place. Throwing out numbers that don't mean anything. Comparing AEW running Wembley Stadium to the Sidemen selling it out. Underrepresenting the numbers the Sidemen do. How big the Sidemen are worldwide, globally. They're based in London. They were playing the most popular sport London, England has. They were playing the most popular sport in England. And they compared it to Tony Khan running Wembley Stadium for a pro wrestling show. And there were a few replies that I simply do agree with. Saying people shouldn't be mentioning turnstile counts anyway? I believe you. You're correct. You are correct. I don't agree with it either. But even if I don't put the Wembley turnstile count into account, NXT does not pull 2,000 people into their arena weekly. They cannot. They do about 350, and that's okay. But with that, and being in a promotion creatively run by Shawn Michaels, who's one of my favorites of all time, I don't think you should be using sentences like that loosely, as it's hypocrisy. Maybe he knows that, however. Maybe he knows what it is, and maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe Javon Evans has fooled us all. And I didn't mean any disrespect when I brought up the All-In Wembley number. But it seems that the WWE fans took it that way. That was not my intent. That was not my intent at all. But I could have also brought up any AEW number, and it would have beaten any of NXT's weekly show numbers. So it really doesn't matter on that front which number I said. Both are very athletically gifted individuals. And I don't think either of them should really be going this deep into a feud with each other. I want to see Jay Malachi become I just think Javon will be for the next couple years.
Excellent.
You said what?
How do you feel about Javon Evans?
Well...
Also, wait, who reposted? Ricochet did?
Ricochet liked the post. NoDQ.com reposted it, which it's one of the biggest wrestling outlets out there. The problem came in the fact that that tweet of mine got bigger than NoDQ's original post, which is not what I intended at all. It's kind of unfortunate, really, as it led the largest group of imbeciles I've ever experienced at one time directly to me. The thing about that post is it's got over 330,000 views at this point, and 88 replies, and half of them are the dumbest tweets I've ever seen. And I didn't even mean any disrespect at all. Simply, so Javon's saying the Ricochet wrestling every week in front of 2,000 people for a crackhead, but he's wrestling in front of 350 people every week for Shawn Michaels. The amount of drugs Shawn Michaels was taking in the 90s, 80s, 90s.
Okay, responding to all of these right now.
I didn't respond to all of them, but I responded to a lot of them because some of them are dumb. And some of them are too dumb to even want to reply to. So I didn't reply to all of them, but
I don't know why I get goosebumps from his debut.
Same. It was sick. It was like people are throwing numbers at me that I could not care less about.